This is the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. I am Statton. That's STATTONMOUSE. Anyways, we're here. I'm here with my one co-host today because our other one, Tinfoil, is not feeling well. So since he's under the weather, we wish him speedy recovery. But here's my other co-host, Alderon.
Hey.
And here is our guest, who I'm excited to have. She is the fitness coach who I made the advertisement video for, and her name is Dragonsfire Laci. Laci, would you say hi to the viewers?
Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Now, as you all know by now, I have a strict rule that the guest gets to pick the subject. So today, subject will be picked by Laci. So Laci, would you like to kick things off for us?
Sure. So basically, I decided that I would introduce to everybody the idea of why living a healthy lifestyle is so important. There's so many different types of healthy living that you can do, whether it's fitness or healthy eating habits or healthy mindset trends. There's so many ways to live a healthy lifestyle. And the number one reason why it's so important is because you are the most important thing in your life. And honestly, we have one life. We have one body. So you have to treat it like it's gold, because it is.
Now, about that, is this purely physical, or is this also emotional and mental as well?
Both. I mean, physical, yes, your physical health is important because, it helps with your immune system. It helps with, your mood, which actually affects the mental side. And, mental health mental healthy lifestyles are just as important, because without the right mindset, you can't do the physical healthy lifestyle. So it all kind of goes together.
Understood. Before we continue on, Alderon, can you tell if the stream is working or not?
Yeah, let me take a look. I got a notification that you went live.
Okay, because I'm trying to find it so I can share it on Discord. Oh well. I'll try to find a different way to share it. So what pieces of advice do you have in mind? Like, how would you like to go about this exactly? And what inspired you to go about this?
So I have been studying health and fitness for almost 10 years now. And what made me fall in love with exercise just as by itself. That's what actually got it all started, was exercise. I didn't really dabble a whole lot with the nutrition side or the mindset side for a very long time. I just was into the fitness side of things. And the reason why is because I felt good after I worked out. And so I'll go way back to the very first workout class I ever did. When I was in college, way back in the day, I decided I wanted to try a Zumba class. And it was free to the students, whatever. So I said, I'm going to check this out. I don't know, what this is. And when I found out that it was dancing, I was in love because that's what I grew up doing. That was my sport of choice. Was I was a dancer my entire life. And so when I found out that you can actually do workouts and just dance and it's actually very effective and a great way to get your cardio in, I was like hooked. I was super hooked, and I started taking classes at the local YMCA, and from there I just kept on trying other types of workout classes. And I tried anything from strength training to core exercise to the boot camp stuff. I tried everything, and I just fell in love. And of course, my physical, you know it changed me physically. I looked great, I felt great, and I decided I want to do this for a living, and I want to help other people feel as good as I feel.
That's awesome. So, and how long have you been going at this exactly?
So I have been a health coach for almost 6 years now. And I started teaching Zumba classes about 8 or 9 years ago. I wasn't certified until probably 4 years ago to teach Zumba, but I was like a substitute teacher at the YMCA, and that came about on accident because my one instructor, I went to all of her classes. She had classes like four days out of the week for just Zumba, and she wasn't there, and everybody was in the class, and I was like, you guys, we can just do it anyway, because a lot of the people in the class, they knew all the routines. We have all been doing it together for a long time. And so they're like, okay, well, who's going to lead? And I was like, I'll lead. Let's do it. And so it kind of started there.
Oh, okay. Now, I probably should have ran this by you ahead of time, so I apologize in advance. But my other question I had for you is, you spoke of something a while back that you said we would get around to talking about, but haven't exactly had the time yet. And you mentioned that you are also into meditation. I myself am still learning what that is, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone on that. Can you explain what meditation is and how one does it exactly?
Okay, so there's lots of different forms of meditation, but the main purpose of meditating is just kind of tuning into your mind, and you're just releasing all the negative vibes from your body. You're releasing them out. You're bringing in positive vibes. And for example, if I was to do a meditation session right now, I would have you close your eyes, and I would tell you to think of the happiest place that you've ever been to, the happiest memory that you have. I would have you think of that particular memory that just makes you smile or makes you laugh every time you think of it. And you're just sitting there with your eyes shut, imagining that moment or imagining that place. And you're focused on your breathing as I talk you through taking a deep breath in and releasing it slowly, counting 1, 2, 3, it's so effective. 10 minutes of imagining your happy place, or, say we start with a happy place that you're already familiar with. And then we bring it to, now think of another, place that you've seen in a picture, or, something you've been really wanting to try, or something you really want to do that is a super, super positive thing or a positive experiment. or, something along those lines. And then you're thinking of something else positive that you haven't experienced before, but you really want to. And that kind of just brings in so much natural positive energy because you're thinking of all these wonderful things and all of these happy things and moments and places. And you're not even thinking about the negativity. And then towards the end, you then literally, I have you reach to your brain, like you grab your forehead and you're pulling out negative and tossing it away. And, it really helps. And then by the time this 10 minutes is done, you just feel lighter. You feel like everything that's been weighing you down has just floated out of your body, and you just feel like a whole new person.
And this actually works?
Yes. However, I feel that once you start a meditation session, you should do it at least 3 times a week because life is stressful. It really is. It brings in all of the worst negative everything, that's just the way the world is. It's the world, especially nowadays, it's so negative and it's so hard to deal with sometimes. And so, if you're constantly giving yourself that mental start over, basically is what it is you're mentally starting your brain over. You're getting rid of all of the bad thoughts and you're bringing in, maybe new thoughts or the old thoughts. You're bringing them back into your mind, and you just feel better. Your body feels like it's floating sometimes while you're meditating. I'm not going to lie. It's not literally floating, but sometimes you feel that way because you're just so relaxed and you're so in tune with yourself and with all of the positivity. It has a huge effect on your brain. It really does.
Now, so if you would recommend doing this in the first part of the day, you say, right? And that actually, and that helps influence how the rest of the day goes. Like, even if you have a bad day, this would kind of tone down the negative emotions that one would go through if they're having a bad day.
Absolutely. And sometimes you could even some people meditate twice a day, every day, twice a day. And that is because maybe sometimes they face so many obstacles and so many, situations that they have a hard time handling on their own. They have a hard time facing them. And it happens every day. Like maybe you have a super stressful job, or, you deal with, a lot of terrible situations every day, just anything. Before you, leave for work for the day, it's really important to kind of give yourself that positivity. And then also it helps with sleep. Like if you have a hard time sleeping because of, bad dreams, or you just toss and turn because your mind is constantly moving, it's really helpful to meditate before bed as well, because you're kind of clearing your mind and getting yourself ready to lay down and go to sleep.
I have both those issues, as sad as that is to admit to.
It's not sad at all. It's a lot of us have a lot of issues lately. I haven't been exercising, I haven't been meditating, and I feel like I'm lost this last week because my norm has changed a lot, and the routine of doing a workout and then ending it in meditation, which that's my favorite thing to do when I do yoga, is I start with a workout and then I end with a 5-minute quick little meditation, just silence. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a meditational thing where you have someone telling you to take deep breaths or imagine this or imagine that. Sometimes meditation can literally just be you sitting there reading a positive book, reading a book that is aspirational and inspirational and have, all of these good thoughts going into your brain from just reading something positive.
Now, if I may, ask, you also, you say that you're making it so that you are able to work at home, but that also means that you've had a job outside the home too. So,
Hmm.
how has this affected your life in the workplace exactly?
How has like living a healthy lifestyle affected it?
Yeah, in terms of how your mood is, how you get through the day, because I'm pretty sure every workplace, there are those out there that would like to start drama and or cause issues, or you just have moments where the higher ups are just not happy with something you did or something like that, things like that.
Right. Okay, so basically, let me tell you something. This last week at work, I've been kind of toxic. I've been not the best example, and I'm a restaurant manager. I'm supposed to be a leader and someone that others look up to and want to follow in their footsteps. And I have been a person that people have been staying away from because my mood has been awful. And that is because I haven't been doing my normal routine. So I would say that if you have a normal routine, even if I'm not meditating daily, working out daily, or some sort of exercise daily helps. Like that's why I wake up in the mornings and I work out first thing when I wake up, because that helps set my mood for the whole day and I feel so much better. I feel like, a lot of times when you're working out, you are releasing a lot of negative energy. And so, you want to get all that out before you start your day. And so, yes, I feel like if I'm actually doing my workouts and, in my normal routine, I have a much better outcome at work.
Now that's actually awesome to hear. And to be honest with you, I did not expect that answer. So the fact that you are actually willing to come out and just admit to that part, to me that shows that you are deserving of even more respect, because there are people out there that would try to hide that part or try to be like, okay, well, let's not get into that right now, but here you are, like me, you're willing to admit that there are days where you have off days and everything, and where you're just not yourself, where you kind of like those commercials where how they advertise the Snicker bars anymore. Anyways,
Yeah, exactly.
so to me, so that is just incredible that you are willing to do that, and I hope that didn't put you on the spot right there. But honestly, I do think that that's amazing that you're able to do that.
The reason why I'm honest, and I'm always honest, and I always share my own story, because there's a lot of people that doubt somebody and that has a role that I play, as far as a health and fitness coach, because I'm a real person just like everybody else, just like all of my clients. And I struggle to, stay positive daily. And I struggle to be the best example that I can for my kids, for my family, for my friends, for everybody. I'm an influencer. I have a lot of followers on social media, and I have days where I will admit in my stories on Facebook or something, I will say, I'm having a rough day, you guys. But just like everyone else, I'm human and we're all entitled to having those bad days. And so I'm never afraid to share the negativity or anything that I come across that is an obstacle, because I feel like if I were following another health coach and they were sharing their uh their bad, bad days, or their, anything that they run into that's just negative, I would be more inspired by them, because look at them sharing their story. You know, that I think it's incredible for anybody to be able to share their story, whether it's good or bad, because that shows that they are a real, true person, and they have a good heart, and they have they're not afraid. And honestly, you know, another reason why I'm so honest is because I know there's people that probably think that me constantly sharing my, my fitness journey or my whatever journey, that's probably annoying to a lot of people. But guess what? I don't care, because it's my passion and it's what I love to do. And I will share no matter what.
That's good to hear. Sometimes I wish I had that confidence, although I'm working on it. So when I say I wish I had that confidence, that doesn't mean I'm settling for not having it. So yes, I'm working to build my confidence, confidently speaking. Yeah. Anyways, with that said, I, uh, I, I just wish I knew where to actually begin this. Like, did you start off doing all this stuff, or was it like you tried one or two things and then you build up to all that you're doing? What was your pacing at the very beginning?
So basically, like I said, I was into fitness and stuff for a long time, and I just recently became a mindset coach about little over 6 months ago. And the reason why is because I myself had a health coach. I used to be a partner with Beachbody, and that's what I did. Was That's kind of what started my path of being a health coach, was Beachbody, because I would be able to sign people up, and they would have me to be their cheerleader and, help them get through whatever they're trying to get through, and this and that. And so my personal coach that I signed up under, she did a meditation session. This was about a year ago. Like, just recently decided to go on my own with being a health coach and starting up my own health coaching business. This is a newly recent developed thing, because I was with Beachbody for so long. And I did a meditation session with her. Actually, it was in our book club. We did a book club for different inspirational books. And she was like, okay, you guys, we're going to meditate. And I just kind of fell in love with that feeling. And so that's why I decided I wanted to study the mindset side of things. And, I was like, wow, this is very important. I never realized how important this side of the whole healthy lifestyle thing, I didn't know how important that was until, honestly, within the last year.
Oh, that's understandable. Hey, Alderon, you've been actually quiet this whole time. Do you have anything you would like to ask her? Anything you'd like to add to this?
Honestly, this is fairly good to me. I don't really have any input. Second time in a row, like last time, the last person we had on here, fairly good input, very informational. Nothing I really need to add.
Now we've hit the 30-minute mark, or at least we are close to. So now we're opening up the podcast for any viewers that would like to slide into the VC chat one at a time. All you need to do is click the link to my Discord server, which I leave the link to that in the description of all my videos and everything. And if you have any questions or like to put in your thoughts and opinions, you're free to. And while we wait for that, I do have another question, but it's kind of a difficult one to ask. If so, try to take what I say with a grain of salt. But there are some out there that see meditation as a religious thing. What is your take on it exactly?
Um, I wouldn't call it a religious thing, but I do understand what you mean. It's very spiritual. But I think a lot of people get spiritual and religion mixed up. Spiritual to me is in tune with yourself and believing in yourself, whereas with religion you're believing in something else, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay, well, that was actually easier to ask than I thought because it actually I was afraid I was kind of walking out on a minefield right there. Yeah, you'll find a lot of questions I ask. Has a lot of good videos which are liked and reposted by her, me, her mother, and her husband. They are all lovely people. I've spoken to them all, and and she even does a little bit of gaming too. If any of you are interested.
Little bit. Hey, there's gonna be more time soon.
Yes, and so you drink protein shakes that I see in some of your videos. Do you have any specific ones that you would recommend?
Okay, so for the longest time, I was drinking one that I bought through Beachbody, which is called Shakeology. And the reason why I drank it is because it is basically like drinking a cup of vegetables, and not by the taste, by what's in it. There are so many amazing vitamins and minerals and probiotics and prebiotics and healthy gut enzymes and all sorts of things all wrapped up into this one little shake. And so for the longest time, I drank that shake. And once I decided that I wasn't going to be a partner with Beachbody anymore, well, okay, it's not that I decided it. They decided it for me because they actually did away with the partner program. So I kind of got fired in a sense, I guess. And I still have the option to buy their shakes and whatnot, but I felt like I wanted to try something else. I actually found one that you can get. Actually, it's in my TikTok shop. It's called Orgain, and it's got basically the same effects that you would get from Shakeology for a fourth of the price.
Now this is some. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead first, and I'll go after.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's just as delicious and honestly a lot less chalky.
Oh, okay. Now I have to make a confession on something. I drink protein shakes in the morning because I just don't feel like I have enough time for a breakfast. Normally when I get up and get ready for work, but there's a problem I have, and I was wondering if you knew how I could correct this problem. It doesn't seem to sustain me for very long. It's like before first break, I feel like I'm so hungry that I feel lightheaded. I wouldn't say on the verge of passing out, but the sensation's similar. But at the same time, I try to fight it. But it's like, is there a way I can reduce that feeling, or is that just something that's unavoidable?
Well, how let's see. What kind of protein shakes do you usually drink, if I may ask?
Yeah, are they low on sugar? That might be another reason.
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. I should have done that. I didn't think that far in advance when that question occurred to me. If you want, what I could do as soon as I am able to find a stopping place, I can rush out and look it up really quick.
Oh, no, no big. I was just wondering, yeah, because yeah, it could have maybe not enough sugar that your body's wanting. Um, do you, is it like a powder that you blend or is it a pre-made shake?
It's a powder.
Okay.
There's no sugar in that.
Yeah. So do you just mix it in a cup or do you actually blend it in a blender?
Mix it in a cup. Put it in a cup and shake it.
Okay. If you want to take an extra 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and add some fruits and some veggies, that will help sustain your appetite. And those natural sugars from that fruit will actually help with the maybe you're not getting enough sugar
Oh,
problem.
oh, okay. That actually really helps because man, I don't I as embarrassed as I am to admit to it, it is a very uncomfortable feeling to feel, and it's not even time for lunch yet at work, so it's like I gotta fight through this, gotta tough this out, get my mind off it.
Yeah, you're basically it sounds like you're just not giving your body enough nutrients to get your day going the way that your body wants it to go. And so, you know, by first break, you say you're really hungry. Uh, do you ever like pack snacks and stuff? Because maybe your body's telling you you need some snacks. And so, if you have some fruit or something, that'll help hold you over until lunch.
I do pack snacks, but I try to avoid them as much as possible because I'm trying to drop weight, and I feel like anything I consume when it's not even mealtime, I'm negating that. I'm undoing it, and I'm I need to. I feel like need to slim down.
Um, yes and no. It depends on the snacks. If it's something that is healthy for you, then that's not gonna hurt you whatsoever. Yeah, you're still putting in calories, but you're putting in healthy calories.
How do you classify Nutri-Grain bars?
Mm. Um, Not the most unhealthy, I guess. Those aren't terrible. Wouldn't be my first choice because it's processed food. I'm not gonna lie, I eat processed food too, but I try and stay away from it because honestly, the processed foods is gonna actually bring your metabolism down just as much as if you weren't eating at all.
Oh,
So, like, meal prepping and stuff like that, that is something that I highly recommend. And what I mean by meal prepping is, are you a picky eater? Like, do you like veggies and stuff like that?
I'm not picky at all. I do like eating vegetables and fruit and all that.
Yeah, I recommend maybe, the night before, so that way you're not trying to rush around and get it all ready in the morning. The night before, get yourself, maybe some celery, chop it up, put it in a baggie, get some peanut butter, uh, grab yourself an apple or, a banana or something like that, and just get yourself a good, healthy snack that's, got no added sugars, it's not processed, and it will help, it'll help your metabolism speed up. It really will.
Okay, I'll do just that then.
Yeah, I recommend for you, bud, is definitely the night before, even like on a Sunday night, plan out your breakfast in the morning. You could probably, if you could do just like some eggs and potatoes that have the vegetables in it or whatever you want to get, or add vegetables yourself and have like some type of breakfast burrito. And those are good, but the only thing is um, that you're getting the good cholesterol, but if you can also intake too much of good cholesterol because of the eggs. But that's gonna help you out. That's sometimes what I do. I'll plan out um a week's worth of burritos, and there'll be like potatoes, eggs, and then that's pretty much about it. Plus, yeah, a little bit of cheese and whatever. I'd recommend definitely do a plan out, and even cook it the night before. You go to work.
You can even make a bunch of them and freeze them.
Yep. Yep.
And then, like, when you buy the frozen burritos from the store, you just like that, you put them in the microwave, pop them in, but it's, healthier because it's made from home and it doesn't have all the processed stuff in with it.
This is true. To be honest with you, I didn't know until now that that processed stuff slows the metabolism down. So
even if you could also, like, for your lunch, even during the evening, cook out like some rice and chicken. Do some fried rice and chicken and have that for lunch, because that's going to be really good for your body right there. Because I had a friend who I worked with at another facility. He always brought in chicken and rice with vegetables, and this guy was lean. I mean, lean like a fighting machine. That's pretty much all he ate for lunch.
now, I guess the final question I have is, and this is definitely one I should know but don't. Can you explain the difference between calories and empty calories? I've heard empty calories, don't know what they are.
Yes. So your body needs calories to keep going, right? You burn calories just by walking across the house. So of course you want to take in calories. And those empty calories are those added sugars and processed foods. So for example, if you're reading your label, and yeah, it might have a lot of calories, but you're looking at, oh, it's got a good amount of protein. Oh, it's got a good amount of fiber. Oh, it doesn't have very many added sugars. That is what you want to look for. That's why reading nutrition labels are so important, because I personally don't count calories. I just don't, because, in my experience, someone will say, oh yeah, I counted calories and I'm doing Weight Watchers and I'm able to have, this much of this because it's only this many calories. And I'm like, yeah, but how many sugars are in it? Oh, does it have a bunch of like fake sugar, like Sweet and Low or like stevia, something like that? Did it have a lot of that kind of stuff in it? Because those are empty calories. Like anything that, if you're reading a label and it's added sugars and it's high carbs and no protein or no fiber, empty. You don't want them in your body.
Understood. This is very important to know because while I'm known for being someone who's a little bit out of the loop, I also hold to the possibility that if I don't know it, there's other people out there also that don't know it. So I do apologize if my questions have been all over the place. Like, we've reached from one subject to the next instead of staying at one linear line. But that's because I believe all these things tie in together. Am I wrong in thinking that right there, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, no, you're not wrong at all. That's absolutely, like I said in the beginning of, this podcast, your physical and mental all rolls together. And, when it comes to your nutrition, that is 80% of health is your diet. I ran a challenge a few months back, and it was called 4-week focus for you. And the focus was, yes, exercise and yes, mindset, but the number one focus was your gut health and what you put in your body. And what I mean by gut health is, a lot of people don't realize this, but your gut is actually like a second brain in your body. And if you're feeding your gut a lot of empty carbs or a lot of, just unhealthy processed foods, it actually is going to affect your body worse than anything else. Your gut literally controls so many parts of your body, and so many different functions of your body is controlled by this gut or this second brain. And so that's why it is so important to eat healthy, even if you're not someone who works out, or you're not someone that really cares about the mental side of things. But you want to feel good, right there. Nutrition, number one.
Awesome. Maybe if I can get that more under control, I won't be so tired all the time anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like I have a lot of natural energy, and it has to do with the foods that I eat.
Now I usually hold out for the last 10 minutes, but since I don't see a harm in doing this 5 minutes earlier. Is there anything you would like to advertise really quick on the podcast?
Sure. So, I have been slacking on it with my clients. However, I do have a fitness app. And in this app, I am able to give my clients meal plans, workout plans. They can look up recipes that I put on there. I can give them daily, it's called a daily flow. And that's basically, me giving you a reminder to drink water, and a reminder to do a meditation, and a reminder to read a book for an hour, or, whatever. It kind of ties into each person individually. So I, set up a consultation with my client, and then whatever we discuss and whatever their goals are and what they're wanting and what they do in their daily life, I add it to this app, and it sends them a reminder, and it kind of helps put their mind at ease. Like, instead of trying to remember so many things and going to maybe their calendar to look and see, it's right there for them in the app. It sends them a reminder for things. And then they have, like, I can send them a checklist every day. Say they're like, hey, will you set me up a checklist for this and this and this? Sure, I can do that. I set it up, and then you can go in and you can check off those things right in that app.
That's cool. So, with that said, do you have any last pieces of advice to anybody? Because bear in mind, once the stream is done, YouTube will convert this into a video for people in the future to see. So, do you have any last words to inspire them to push forward or to get started?
It's hard to get going, but if you do it, if you have a goal, and you're having a hard time getting started, start small. Think small. Don't think about the big picture right away. Think about it in baby steps. Like, what's the main goal? You put that on the board. What's the main goal? Okay, this is the main goal. What can I do to get to that main goal? Okay, so you have all these little sub goals and little footsteps, little baby steps to get there. It's kind of like the snowball effect. You take everything in little bit at a time, and overall you will eventually get to that main goal. For example, wanting to eat healthier. You don't have to completely change everything you eat overnight, but you can start small, like start with breakfast. Okay. You're wanting to gain more energy throughout your day. So you're going to start prepping Sunday night for the whole week. Prep your breakfast for the whole week, whether it's breakfast burritos or whatever it is. Think small, and you will get to that big goal over time. Don't try to do too much at once, because I promise your brain can't handle it. Nobody's brain can handle it. My brain cannot handle it. That's something I run into all the time is I try to take on way too much and then I just kind of crack and fall apart and then I'm, like feeling blah for like a good, 3-4 days. And then, I have to get myself back on track. So don't do too much at once. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time succeeding. Baby steps, very important baby steps. And always know that you can do it. Don't ever tell yourself you can't do something, and don't ever let anybody else tell you can't do something, because yes, you can. You are capable of anything you set your mind to, no matter what.
Yes. Lil is expressing her sense of humor in the comment section. She says, "We eating bacon, cookies, and pizza. LMAO."
Oh, bacon, cookies, and pizza.
I'm not sure I'm not sure if the cookies make a good combination with the other two, but okay.
I mean, bacon on pizza, that's always good, right?
Yeah, I'm just
Absolutely, meat lovers all the way.
I'm just not sure about the cookies part.
Hey, I'll try anything once.
And while we're near the ending mark, I would also like to advertise that this live stream is also brought to you by Alderon's YouTube channel. He has a gaming channel like me, but he plays games I haven't gotten into yet. So feel free to swing by his channel, check it out, and if you like what you see, subscribe to him. Also, this is also brought to you by Beauty Gamers YouTube channel. She also has a gaming channel also, so I definitely recommend that you check her videos out. And let's see, I think that's oh yes, one more thing. I would also like to advertise my Discord server called Statton's Mansion. Feel free to check it out. If you go there, you'll be able to actually meet people like Laci and like Liv and all the other people that you've seen me game with and talk with and everything. Feel free to hop in, meet them. We're all friends. It's a fun place, and it's also a place where you can just escape the rest of the internet for a time. So I leave a link to all those things in the description of my videos and live streams. So swing by, check it out, do it. Do it now. We're waiting. Anyways, with that said, Alderon, you got any final words?
Honestly, no, I do not. Perfect what she said right there, wrapping it up. Determination. Don't look at it with the whole picture all together. Take steps, baby steps, and keep your head up and keep your head forward.
Awesome. And Lil just posted in the comment section, "Don't meet me. I'm a gremlin. I'll bite." So, with that said, I think we shall wrap up the podcast. Alderon, say goodbye to the viewers.
Adios.
Laci, say goodbye to the viewers.
Goodbye. Thank you for having me.
Tell them you love them.
Oh, I love you all.
No, you gotta say it more convincing. You gotta say it like you're longing for them. Like it just breaks your heart to part from them.
I'm so sad that we have to part this way. I wish that we could stay on longer. I love you and I appreciate you all so much.
Close enough. Anyways, well, thank you all for listening. This has been the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. My name is Statton. Like, share, and subscribe. And you all have yourselves a wonderful day. And remember, you are not alone.